A good day, everyone. Uh, Today, or this time, we will continue discussing the remaining topics under uh, the lesson in farm inputs and labor. And this time, we will discuss the calculations involving farm inputs. Now, it's very important that you know the different calculations in concerning farm inputs. It is because in mixing and application of different farm inputs, you need to uh, calculate the portions, or let's say, for example, if it is in liquid, the volume, no, the ratio of the volume of the active ingredients for the pesticide and the volume of the water that should be mixed in order to make the solutions. And at the same time, for example, in application of uh, fertilizer, you also need to calculate the how much would be the needed fertilizer in a certain area, because different fertilizer has their own uh, ratio of application. For example, 100 liter per hectare, for example. Okay. So, but definitely, if your area is less than 1 hectare, you just calculate how much would be the fertilizer needed. Okay. That is related to proportion. So these are the things that we will encounter as we go on in this lesson. For example, percentages, fractions, and proportion. Okay? So first one is proportion, very basic uh, item, or principle in proportion. No? Is this one. A is to B as C is to D. Okay? For example, butang natin sa number, A is to 1, no? 1 is to 2 as 4 is to 8. So equal naman na sila, no? Ang 4/8 and 1/2 is equal. Okay, kung i-simplify mo 4/8, mahimo siya nga 1/2. Okay? So basta basic nga sa proportion. I don't need to elaborate on that because I believe this topic uh, is expected, no, that you already know basic proportion naman. A review lang siya actually for your lesson before, no, in basic math ng subject. Okay. Now, for example, if you have a known value of n in your ratio, cross multiply the two terms diagonal to each other. Okay. Example that one. Now let's say let's check if 4 is really the answer. No? Again, so 1 is to 2, or 4 is to 8 is equal to 1 is to 2. Okay? So cross multiply lang siya. Okay, this one n, cross multiply, may mo siya nga n, or 2 times n, cross multiply is equals to 1 times 8. Okay? So kung i-multiply mo 2 times n, that would be 2n, 1 times 8 is equals to 8. Okay? Para mabalaan natin kung pila si n, no, i-transpose natin ang 2 sa piya. So kung sa babaw salin, so basic ni siya nga mga idea about sa basic math, no? Kung i-transpose natin sa piyak na equation, na makadto na sa dalon, kay gina-multiply na sa usually sa 1/2. Okay? Gina-multiply na siya sa may dalawang. Okay? Kaya gina-multiply ni siya both side. No? Sa 1/2 ng nan. Kaya kung 2 times 1 mo sa 2 equals to 1 na siya. No? Kay multiply sa 1/2 may mo siya nga 8/2 na. Okay? Kay kung multiply mo sa 1/2 cancel na siya. None. So himo na sa 1n is equals to 8 times 1/2. That would be n is equals to 8/2. N is equals to 4. That would be your final answer. So the n, no, is equal to 4. Okay? So muna siya nga value dira. So that is an application, no, of ratio and proportion in a problem. So let's have some example that talks about ratio and proportion. Okay, so for example, this is the problem or the question. The label indicates that 2 pounds of granular insecticide are to be applied per 1,000 square feet. Okay, how much do you need to apply to an area that is 5,000 square feet? Now, by having this problem or question, I think you can simply get the answer by no need na mag-calculate. Okay, kaya niya 2 pounds, 1,000 square feet. 5,000 square feet, how much? Just multiplied it by what? Ang 2 pounds by 5. So by simply multiplying it, by looking at the question, you can just get the answer already. But of course, there are some questions that is not that cannot be answered by just looking at it. Definitely, you need to have your calculations. Okay lang na siya kahit whole number lang. 2 pounds, 1,000, 5,000. So, at if may mga, siya, no, may mga decimal siya. Like, for example, mga 2.5 pounds for 1,500 square feet. Something muna. Or kung may pag-iniban ng mga decimal na involved. So definitely you need to calculate it manually. Okay? Now, the answer there is 10 pounds. So let's check if that is really the answer by having or by putting it in the equation. Okay? Hamba sa problem, 2 pounds for 1,000 square feet. Okay? So ari siya. 2 pounds for 1,000 square feet. And pounds, so unknown na siyang pounds for 5,000 square feet. Okay? By applying the previous discussion that we had, no? Cross multiplication. So n or 1,000 square feet times n is equals to 2 pounds times 5,000 square foot. Okay? Para mabili ng n, i-transpose sa piyak ang 1,000. So, ginamultiply siya both side by 1/1,000. Right? 1/1,000 square feet. That's why nagnaog siya. Okay? So, ang biling item sa value sa formula is n is equals to 2 pounds times 5,000 square feet over 1,000 square feet. Okay? Cancel common terms. Square feet. Ang bilin is 2 times 5,000 divided by 1,000. So that is 2 times 5,000, 10,000 divided by 1,000. That is 10 pounds. So the answer there is 10 pounds. So that is the application of ratio and proportion in a problem. Okay, I hope you're following that. So therefore, you will need 10 pounds of granular insecticides in 5,000 square feet area. Okay. Many types of calculations, especially those involving conversion from one unit of measure to another, can be done by multiplying fractions or ratios. Okay, so again, this conversion of units is very important in agriculture because we cannot deny the fact that there are those people using metric and there are those using English. In your board exam later on, the unit is depending on the desire of the examiner. Okay, there are those examiner using metric system and there are those using English and there are those using both. Okay? Kung medyo pabudlayan nilang mga questions, usually kung pabudlayan nila, they will give um, you the question, they will give given in they will give the given value having a unit in English, and they are asking no, the answers or the answer for that question no, in metric nga unit. Okay? Lain ang given na unit, lain ang iya nga gusto nga final answer. So you need to convert now from one unit to another. Okay? And that is very common. In conversion of one unit to another, you need to know the different conversion factors. Now, what are those conversion factors? Yung mga common. So later on, as we go on sa slides aton, yung mga conversion factors na dira nga given. Okay, example, 16 ounces of water were collected from a nozzle in 1 minute. Calculate the flow rate per gallon, in gallons per minute. Okay? So 67 ounce in 1 minute. Flow rate, what is the flow rate in gallons? So you need to convert 67 ounces to gallons. Okay? Convert na siya kahit 1 minute man, 1 minute man sang balya kung pilang flow rate. But this time, yan naman niya ginugpamangkot is per gallon. So paano na siya gina-solve na? So 67 ounces per minute times 1 gallon over 128 ounce. Ano na siyang 1 gallon over 128 ounce? Naging multiply na siya. Conversion factor na siya. Para ma-convert naton ang 67 ounces, ngitaan ta siya sang conversion factor nga makancel ang ounce nga unit. Okay? Nga ang 1 gallon over 128 ounce. It is because 128 ounce is equal to 1 gallon. Right? 128 ounce is equal to 1 gallon. Okay? So this time, just multiplied it. Okay? Multiply mo lang niya ang multiply mo lang niya ang fraction. Okay? So paano na siya? 67 ounces. Solve na to. Wala to be calculation nga mo. Ounces divided by. Okay? So diriya, i-multiply as if it is in fraction. Wala man diya missing value. No, all you need to do is to convert one unit to another. So anong humuon? 67 times 1 divided by 128. Okay? As a fraction na siya, kung isulat mo na siya kadaan, mo nang guwa niyaw. 67 ounce per minute times 1 gallon over 128 ounce. So, mo siyang guwa niya. 67 ounce per minute over 1 gallon times 1 gallon over 128 ounce. Okay? So, sa babaw si ounce, so, cancel si ounce, kaya sa may babaw, sa dalom, cancel common terms. So, ang guwa niya, ang bilin nga unit is minute per gallon or gallon per minute. Pwede lang mana. Okay? So, ang matabok, 67 times 1 divided by, kay over na sa 128, but by 128. And the answer there is 0.52 gallons per minute or 0.52 minutes 0.52 gallons per minute, I mean. Okay? Ang dalom, sa dalom naging per minute ang time. So 0.52 gallons per minute. So, na siya. So these are the common conversion factors in farm inputs. There are so many values, no, in metric to English nga pwede magamit sa as conversion factors. But what I am showing you right now are just common ng mga values in the context of agriculture. Of course, in home economics, in industrial arts, there are also different conversion factors. So, another na sa ninyo yung mga dapat pang sauluhon. Okay? For example, sa home economics, those conversion factors regarding cups to tablespoon, something like that, no? Mga pints to teaspoon, those are conversion factors in home economics. Particularly in industrial arts naman niya, let's say for example, mga watts to kilowatts, watts to horsepower, those are conversion factors. How many watts are there in 1 horsepower? Mga conversion factors. But these conversion factors, no, these values are common in or being used in agriculture or in the context of agriculture. Okay? Particularly in area, 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meter. No, for 1 hectare man is equal to 2.471 acres. For length, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. These are very basic. 1 foot is equal to 0.3048 meters. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. For the mass, 1 kilograms to 1,000 grams. For metric tons, 1 metric ton is equal to 1,000 kilograms. Because for example, the mga harvest na gina-solve na siya or gina-calculate siya for metric tons. Okay? So kung isa ka bugas, ang value ang kadamo niya is 1 metric tons. How much will it be if per kilogram of rice is 54 pesos? Questions like that. Okay? How much would be the value of 1 metric ton of rice if the price of rice per kilogram is, let's say for example, 47 pesos? Okay? So definitely you need to know how much 1 metric ton in kilogram is. So muna mga applications niya. Now 1 pound is equal to 0.45 kilograms, 1 ounce equals to 2.35 grams. For the volume, 1 liter is equals to 1,000 milliliter. 1 gallon is equals to 3.785 liters. 1 cubic meter is equals to 1,000 liters. 1 gallon is equals to 128 ounces. And for the energy, because in agriculture we're using machineries, machineries that use fuel and electricity, horsepower, kilograms, kilowatts are unit involved. 1 horsepower is equals to 0.746 kilowatts. 1 kilowatt is equals to 1.341 horsepower. Okay? Siyempre, kung may kilowatts, may watts na siya. No? How many watts in 1 kilowatts? Siyempre, may harang 1,000 watts. Kay 1 kilo, meaning 1,000 sa kay K. 1 kilo, 1,000. So, how many watts in 1 kilowatts? That is 1,000 watts. Okay? So, these are some common conversion factors in farm. Let's have some application of this one. Example, a rice farmer owns a 2.5 hectare field. How many square meters is the farm? 2.5 hectare, how many square meter is that? Okay? By having those conversion factor before, ang slides before sini, balaan naton kung pila ang kalapat doon sa sining farm in square meter. So, isolve natin. So, ano nga conversion factor ang gamiton? 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meter. So, that is the value of 1 hectare in square meter. Ang napamangkot is square meter. Okay? So, paano nibutan sa formula? 2.5 hectare, that is the given, the given value, times, pangitaon nyo man lang, or i-arrange nyo man lang ni ang ining nga conversion factor nga 1 hectare is equal to 1,000 square meter, 10,000 square meter, nga wherein ang hectare dapat as dalom. Okay, nga dapat as dalom para makancel siya kay common terms. So matabok 10,000 square meter divided by 1 hectare or hectare na lang diretso, kay na ha na lang hectare. Okay, I think 1 understood na nga may 1 dra. Okay? So because sa dalawang hectare cancel common terms, ang nabilin is 2.5 times 10,000 square meter. That is 25,000 square meter. And that is the final answer. Okay? So meaning sa 2.5 hectare, there are 25,000 square meter. Na? Sige, another example. A farmer bought 50 pounds of chicken feed. Convert this to kilogram. Okay, how much or how many kilograms is 15 pounds? So, ang gamitan ng conversion factor is, in mga duwa sila no? 1 pound is equals to 0.454 kilogram. Take note class nga sa inyong final exam, you need to memorize these conversion factors. Gamay lang man sila. Okay, wala ko man nag-include ng damo-damo. Kaya ting iba ni wala mo ginagamit sa farming. Mo lang to sila. Pinaka mga common lang. You need to memorize that one because you cannot simply convert those unit to another unit if you don't know the conversion factor. Okay? Now, for this particular problem, pounds and kilograms are involved, meaning you will use the conversion factor having pounds and kilograms. So, okay? Now, for this problem, we will use 1 pound is equal to 0.454 kilograms. So, how would be this in a problem? So, 50 pounds times, again, padalo mo lang ang pound para ma-cancel siya. Kaya gusto natin ni mo sa kilogram. Okay? So, 50 pound times 0.454 kilogram divided by 1 pound. So, cancel common term, ang bilin, 50 times 0.454, and the answer there is 2.7 kilogram. Okay, so that is the value or how much is 50 pounds in kilogram, 22.7 kilogram. Okay, now another one, a farmer needs to prepare 5 gallons of pesticide solution. How many liters of solution is that? 5 gallons. Okay, gallons, ano man ngayon itong involved? Gallons and liters. So 1 gallon is equal to 3.785 liters. That is a conversion factor yung ginagamit nila siya. So, paano formula? 5 gallons times 3.785 liters. The answer there is, nabalikan ko na. So, muna siya. No, gina-convert siya from one unit to another. Ngayon sa kabalik. Okay. Now, working with percentages. Many pesticides applied as spot treatment are mixed with water at specific percent of solution. Okay? Anong na namin sini? For example, ma-apply ikaw sa pesticide sa imong farm. Ang ina-apply mo na actually, hindi na sa pure pesticide gin. Okay? Gina-mix pa na siya sa tubig. Okay? In a recommended proportion. Kaya kung nagbakal ka pesticide, for example, nga pellet siya or dry ang iyang nga form, you need to dilute that one in the water if you want to apply that pesticide in foliar form. Anong foliar form? May sprayer na lagi na mo sa likod tapos gina-spray, foliar na siya panawag. May ginagamitan sa sprayer. Now, hindi mo na ma-achieve siyempre if ang form sa pesticide is in powder or granules. You need to to dilute that in the water. Okay? Also, the same with liquid. There are pesticide nga sa sulod sang botilya in liquid form nga very concentrated naman siya. Okay? In that case, there are some instruction presented in the bottle of that liquid. How are you going to do, or how are you going to mix that in the water? Now, may mga instruction na siya. For example, 1 liter per 500 liters. 1 liter of this pesticide nga concentrated should be mixed in 100 liters nga tubig. Okay? So percentage of solution lang, percentage of I think kung ano na siya na kung mabuo na siya 1 liter ibutang dapat sa tubig nga 100 liters. So ang solusyon mangin 101 liters na siya. 101 liters, not 100% of that 101 liters is the pesticide because only 1 liter is the pesticide concentrated. Okay? Although mix siya ng pesticide mo siya gapon, pero ang active ingredients, no, ang concentrated forms of pesticide is only 1 liter. Okay? Only a percentage or percent of the solution. Only not all of the volume solution is the active pesticide or concentrated pesticide. Only a portion of those. Okay? Now let's have some example. How much adjuvant had been added to 400 gallons of herbicide mixture if the adjuvant used is at 0.5% in concentration by volume? Now, anong mga given dire? 400 gallons. Ang 400 gallons, amo na siyang output na. Meaning, ang 400 gallons is a combination of the active ingredient nga herbicide nga na lapuyot and also the water. Okay? Hindi na siya yung hindi niya nga amo na tanang kadabuon sang pesticide nga ginbutang sa tubig. This is also the output. Kaya niya how much adjuvant has been added to a 40 kilogram herbicide of mixture. Herbicide mixture. Meaning, there are some other ingredients na particularly water ang ginbutang sa 400 gallons gani. Okay? And hambal niya, only 0.5% of adjuvant is added per volume. Okay? Meaning only 0.5% of this 400 gallons is the adjuvant. Amo na hambal niya. Only 0.5%. Now the question is, how much is the volume of the adjuvant? Okay? The volume is 0.5%. That is only percentage form. Meaning, how much is the 0.5% of that 400 gallons? Okay? So that is a computation regarding percentage naman. Okay? Now, 0.5% is in percentage form. You cannot multiply that to 400 gallons. It is because it is in percentage form. You need to convert that first into decimal. Basic concept. You need to convert that 0.5 into decimal. Now, question, how are you going to convert 0.5% to decimal? Very simple lang. Any number that you want to convert in percentage, just divide it by 100. Okay? So 0.5% pa ni siya kagina, ho? Okay? 0.5% divided by 100, that is 0.005. Okay? Take note lang lang kamo i-review ta lang kamo nga kung mag-convert gani, mag-divide gani nga involving 1 tapos may 0, kay isipon mo lang pa kabilang 0. Okay? This case 100 0 ya. So kung 0.5 dire siyang point, maidog ka man lang ni kaduwa kay 2 ka 0 and then tuldok. Siyempre dulaom na tuldok mo una ka ginang. Tuldok. Puta mo din 0 na sa kada idog nimo. Okay, that's why 0.005 ang answer. Okay? Now, 0.005 is 0.5%. No? That is the value of 0.5% in decimal. Okay? Because it is in decimal already, you can multiply that in the given number or value in the problem kagina. Okay? Now, 400 gallons times 0.005. That is a decimal value of 0.5%. The answer is 2 gallons of adjuvant. Okay? Meaning, 0.5% of 400 gallon is 2 gallons. Okay? 0.5% of 400 gallons is 2 gallons. Okay? I hope you're following. Now, let's move on with NPK. Okay? NPK stands for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Again, wala na siya nagabilansuli. No, sa mga numbers nga ara sa sako ng fertilizer, it is arranged as NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These are the nutrients nga ginabutang sa may fertilizer. Okay? Now, nitrogen, no, that's present in the fertilizer. P2O5, that is the form of phosphorus in the fertilizer, meaning phosphorus phosphorus pentoxide. Phosphorus pentoxide. Nang iya nga ano yun ang form ng phosphorus nga fertilizer. And K2O for potassium or potassium oxide. Potassium oxide. Okay, that is a form of potassium in the fertilizer. Now, paano mag-calculate sa amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium from the given fertilizer? No? Nutrient amount is equal to percentage of nutrients times total weight of fertilizer divided by 100. Okay? Ang agri-divide sa 100 is because ang given nga number sa may sa may mga sako nga na is only percentage. Okay? So, gaan natin sa para mas na-post sa intindiyon. Daan natin sa problem or sa example. First question, how much N is in a 40 kilogram bag of 19-19-19 na fertilizer? Again, okay lang ni kay puro same lang number nila. But, di nang values ang N diri. Tandaan natin nga ara sa permi sa first number. Okay? Because N, P, K. Okay. So, N. So, nang moon, hamal niya, ang kabagaton sa fertilizer is 40 kilogram. Sa kabag, 40 kilogram. And 19% is the nitrogen. Okay? 19%. Okay? Now, kahit tungod percentage pa na sa 19, you need to convert that into decimals. So that's the reason why gin-divide din siya sa 100. Pero pwede mo lang niya kay very simple lang man. Pwede lang man niya nga diretso mo na yung dividing. 19% is 0.19. Okay? 19% is 0.19. Kay 19% may mo sa 19.0 mo ang iyang whole number. So, divide by 100, pila ka 0, 2. Idog naman sa 2, kaidog 1, so, tuldok. So, may mo sa nga 0.19. So, that is a decimal form of 19%, 0.19. So, that would become 40 kilogram times 0.19. That would be 7.6 kilogram. Okay? Kung imo mo follow mo ang formula. So 19 times 40 kilogram divided by 100 still the same. 7.6 kilogram. Okay? Now, that is how you calculate the amount of nitrogen in a given bag having that volume or mass in a fertilizer. Okay? Let's have some more questions there. So, tapos na siya. Okay? Now, this time, how much is the amount of phosphorus and potassium in a bag of fertilizer, in a volume fertilizer? Okay? Now, compare sa pag-solve sa nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium have some different computations. Why? It is because what I've said, the form of potassium and phosphorus is not 100%, no? Nga amo ginang value. For example, kung gina sa 19, although 19 is the amount of phosphorus, only 43.6% of phosphorus ang ara dira sa 19 nga na. Meaning, only 43.6% of 19% is the phosphorus. It is because 56.4% is the oxygen. Same with K2O. Sa sako sang fertilizer kay 19, only 83% of pure potassium is present on that 19% sang potassium nga ara sa may fertilizer. Again, because ang phosphorus, ang form niya is P2O5. Kung ang pamangkot is P2O5, you can simply multiply the volume of the fertilizer by 0.19. So, kung tawagin na 40 kilogram, multiply mo lang sa 0.19 if what is being asked is the P2O5. But if the question asks you to calculate the pure phosphorus by weight, lain na ng ang computation. Because you cannot simply multiply 0.19 to 40 kilogram because 0.19 or 19%, only portion of that is the pure phosphorus. Only 43.6% of that is pure phosphorus. Okay? Sige ka, antakan mo sa mga example dira para mas maintindihan ninyo. Same thing with potassium. Nga, only 43.6% is the phosphorus and 56.34% is the oxygen. Now, as what I've said, the form of phosphorus present in the fertilizer is P2O5. So 2 is the number of atoms for the phosphorus and 5 for the oxygen. Okay? So, although chemistry ni siya, pero gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo kung paano siya na-derive ang value ng 43. Wala siya ginhimo. Wala na siya ginhimo, ya. May calculation sila siya kung naklabot sa amo ng value. Now, this is how they get or they have this value. Ang phosphorus, ang iyang mass, kung makita niyo sa may periodic table, is 31. Ang oxygen is 16 ang iyang mass or element, mass element. So, atomic number ni number of atoms is 2. So, pasapos mo na sa 2 times 31, that's 62. 5 times 16, that's 80. Total mass nila is 142. 142 is total mass. Para makuha mo ang mass ng phosphorus, 62 ni siya. So, 62 divided by 142 times 100, that is 43.66%. 80 times 142 divided by 100, that's 56.34%. That's the reason why pag total mo sa 43.66 times plus 56.34, the total nila is 100%. That's the reason why dra na amo na siyang values sang phosphorus nga ara sa may fertilizer, no? Because only portion of that is the pure phosphorus. Kaya ang forms ang phosphorus para sa fertilizer is P2O5. P2O5. Okay? Let's have the potassium. Same thing with potassium, K2O. So 2 is the atom number of atoms, 1 for oxygen. Now, times 39.1 is the mass of the potassium in the periodic table. 16 is for the oxygen. Okay? Now, 2 times 39.1, that's 78.2. Now, 16 times 1, that's 16.000. Okay? Total mass is 94.2. So 78.2 divided by 94.2 times 100, that's 83.01. 16 divided by 94.2 times 100, that's 16.99. Total na nila dua is 100. Okay? So that's how they got the amount or the mass of the potassium and the K2O from the fertilizer. Okay? Now let's have some applications of those concepts. No? How much P2O5 is in a kilogram bag of 2040-10? Again, what is being asked in this question is P2O5, meaning that the form of phosphorus in the fertilizer, not the pure phosphorus. Kay kung pamangkot, ako niya is how much P is in a kilogram bag of 2040-10, ang ginamangkot nila is pure phosphorus. Pero kung ginamangkot is P2O5, that is a form of phosphorus. Okay? Now, paano mabalaan na ang percentage of P2O5? Uh, ang amount sa P2O5 sa muning fertilizer. Okay? 40 is the phosphorus. Okay? So, panay mo on. 40 divided by 100 is because percentage pa ni siya. Para mo-convert siya into decimal, divide it by 100. Okay? So, 40 divided by 100 times 1. No? Kay ambal niya dara a kilogram. May 1 kilogram lang. Okay? So, magwa siya nga 0.4 times 1. That's still 0.4. That is the final answer. Okay? So, P2O5, ang ara sa dere, how much is 0.4 kilogram. Okay? Now, this time, lain naman. Kaya nga, ang ginamangkot is how much phosphorus, not P2O5. Okay? So, only percentage of phosphorus is in that P2O5. Okay? Ang given is 18.460 kag ang kadamuon kabugaton sa fertilizer is 50. Okay? Now, anong formula? Percentage of P2O5 times percentage of phosphorus in the fertilizer. Okay? Dinagalin si 0.436. Ang 0.436 that is equivalent to 43 ang munang amount sa phosphorus nga ara sa P2O5. 43.66. I-convert siya into decimal, that's 0.436. I-divide by 100. 43.6 divided by 100, that's 0.436. That's why 0.436 ni siya. Okay? Tapos, percentage of the phosphorus in the fertilizer. That is 46. But, you need to convert that into decimal man. So, paano you convert? 46 divided by 100, or you can just simply put 0.46. 0.46 is equal to 46%. Okay? Times the weight of the fertilizer, which is 50 kilogram. So the answer there is, the computation is 0.436 times 0.46 times 50. Right? So 0.436 times 0.46 times 50, that is 10.028 kilogram. That is the amount of phosphorus, pure phosphorus, from 50 kilogram bag of fertilizer nga may value nga 1846.0. Okay. 1846.0, that is the value of the phosphorus or pure phosphorus from that 50 kilogram bag of pure of the pesticide. 10.028 kilogram. I hope you are following. Okay? Now let's continue with another one, that this time K2O naman. How much K2O is in a 2 bags? Is in a 2 bags of having 50 kilogram each of 19 fertilizer. Take note, that what is being asked is the K2O, meaning that is a form of the fertilizer in a form of potassium in the fertilizer of 1919 fertilizer nga I mean 1919 nga fertilizer. Now, since K2O ang ginamangkot and not K, same with phosphorus, kung K ang ginamangkot, you need to take note the amount of K in a K2O. But since K2O ang ginamangkot, now just simply convert the percentage of portions ang K to decimal para maka-multiply mo siya sa amount of the fertilizer or sa volume ng fertilizer. Now, this time, since ang K is 19, convert that into decimal. All you need to do is to divide it by 100. So, 19 divided by 100, okay, that is 1.19 times 100. Di nagkuha sa 100. This is the volume of or the weight of the fertilizer. Okay, 50 kilogram, but since it is 2 bags, meaning 50 times 2, that's 100. Okay, so the formula would be 0.19 times 100 kilogram. The answer is 19 kilogram. Okay, meaning 19 kilogram of K2O is present in a 50 kilogram bags, 2 bags of 50 kilogram bags nga fertilizer having a specification nga 19-19-19. Okay? I hope you are following. Now, this time, what is being asked is the K. No? That is the only portion of the K2O is the K. Okay? Another question, how much K is in the 4 bags of having 25 kilogram each of 50, 10, 10? Okay, now let's take note first, what are the given? 4 bags of 25 kilogram each. So, meaning equivalent na niya is 100 kilogram. So, ano siya? Okay, what is the portion of K2O in the fertilizer? 10%. Okay, but take note, not all that 10% is the K. It is because only 83% of the K present in this 10% is the potassium. Okay, now what would be the formula? Percentage of potassium by weight of volume times potassium in fertilizer divided by 100 times weight of the fertilizer. Okay, so percentage of potassium by weight in K2O, that's 0.83. Nga kay 83% of pure potassium is present in K2O. Convert that into decimal, that would be 0.83. Okay, times 110 divided by 100 is because still this is in decimal form. Convert that into 100 I mean in percentage form. You convert that into decimal, so 10 divided by 100 laman. Or you can just simply put 0.83 times 0.10 times 100. And the answer there is 8.3 kilogram. Meaning that's how much is K in a 4 bags of 25 kilogram each sa fertilizer nga may specification nga 50, 10, 10. Okay? I hope you're following siya. Okay? As to end of the topic about nitrogen, I mean NPK, so these are the formula. But I suggest that you don't need to memorize all of this formula. It is because just simply know the concept of percentage ng mga computation. No, you can simply answer the question because percentage naman siya mo, no? Percentage naman. Ano na lang, i-memorize nito kung how much is the K and P, no, in a P2O5 and K2O. Okay? But basically, percentage na gapon ng computation ang ginagamit. Okay? Very simple lang. I hope that you are following this lesson. Now, sa fertilizer nga 1846, as what I've said, 18% is the oxygen, I mean nitrogen, 46% is the potassium, and 0 is the phosphorus. But if you will try to add this 18 and 46, the answer is 64. Okay? Where is the 36%? It should be 100. Di ba? Kahit percentage lang 18, 46, 0 mo. Percentage sila. Di na ganito ang 36%. 18 and 46 lang. So, meaning 64 lang. May missing na 36% para mag 100% siya. Di na ganito 100. 6%. Ang 36% nagkanto na sa diin sa carriers and fillers. Ano sang carriers? Carriers are component of fertilizer that holds the active ingredients. Now, to ensure even distribution, these are typically materials that do not contribute significantly to the nutrient content in fertilizer. Okay? From the name itself, carrier, it only carries. Okay? Carries the chemical nga gusto may butang sa imong farm, sa mga tanom, sa mga field. Example of these carriers are clay and sand. Meaning, ang mga nitrogen nga ni, those are in liquid form, isamo na nila sa may clay or sa sand, and then nimo sa disang do mga granules or mga pellets. Okay? Meaning sa fertilizer, not 100% is the chemical or the component because some of those volume occupied by the carrier. Sa ila ginabutang ang mga fertilizer nga ni para hapos magbutang sa field. Okay? Para may hindi kong liquid daan budlay mo. Okay? So may carrier dapat para for example para pwede mo siya ma-broadcast niya. Ihaboy-haboy lang. Ano ba? Ang iba nga portion gina-occupy sang filler naman niya. Filler. F-I-L-E-R. Ang filler, kung ang carrier naga-carry, ang filler naman niya gapadamo. Pampadamo. Nga amang ginapapadamo sa para hapos siya i-transport, para hapos siya i-kapyutan. Kaya kung may nipis-nipis, nakrong budlay na siya yan. Pampadamo para po si transport, po si store, po sa kwaton. Sa munang purpose sang filler. Okay na? Now, I want you to solve this one as your assignment and we will check that or this next week. These are some applications of our previous discussion. No? Discussion today about NPK. Okay. So I'll just send this in our GC para ma-solve din yung mayo kaya hindi makita di ko sa tools na. Okay. Now let's continue discussing the topics about fertilizer application or methods of fertilizer application. Fertilizer application is one of the farm labors nga gina-ubra sa isang farm. Okay? Now, there are different methods of application. It is divided into two form. Mayroon nga through solid form, meaning it's either naka-granule siya, no? Or naka-pellet siya. But also, mayroon man in liquid form. Now, let's have first solid fertilizer. Now, fertilizers in solid form can be applied through broadcasting. Okay? So, broadcasting is defined as even and uniform spreading of dry solid fertilizer by hand or by spreader. In general, sa broadcasting, mupras mo lang nga dugin sabwag lang. Sabwag mo lang. Sabwag mo gamit sa imong kamot or sometimes may mga machineries like spreader para somehow even ang pagsabwag sang fertilizer. Okay? Now, in broadcasting, there are also different types. No? Meron different types. Meron ang basal, top dressing, and side dressing. Okay? When we say basal application, still broadcasting, but in this method of broadcasting, the fertilizers uh, are mixed by soil cultivation. Okay? Before sowing, samtang gina-cultivate ang ang uh, ang duta, or let's say for example, samtang ginaarado, samtang ginaplow ang duta, gina-apply ang broadcasting, ang fertilizer, I mean, through broadcasting. Nga basal, kay kung samtang ginaarado mo siya, no, simpre ang duta, baliskad siya. Na-plow mo siya, ka na nagas aboy, no, sa fertilizer. Okay? That is broadcasting. Basal application. Now, top dressing naman niya, spreading of fertilizer in standing crops without considering the crop row. Okay? Examples ng top dressing, sabwag mo lang ya, ang basal kagina before pa mag-sow, before magtubo ang imo tanom, nag-apply ka sang fertilizer samtang nag-aarado. Si top dressing niya, ara ng tanom nimo, and you're just simply spreading using your hand, or usually using your hand, spreading the fertilizer using your hand. That's top dressing. You're not considering the rows of the crop. Okay? Unlike top dressing, side dressing is also being done, no, using sang hand or sometimes sang spreader. But this type of broadcasting, you are now considering the rows. You are making sure that the fertilizer is being applied somehow in the rows of your plants. Okay? As side dressing, you are taken into account the rows or the crop rows. You are putting the fertilizer near the rows of the crop. Ang top dressing niya, nasubwag mo lang daya. Kung wala ka labot, kung di na yung tanom, sabwag mo lang daya lapit sa mga tanoman. You're not considering the rows of the plants. But in side dressing, you are already considering the rows of the plants. As much as possible, you're putting the fertilizer, no, near the crop rows. Okay? Recap ita, basal application, spreading uniformly with the use of hand, but this is done before sowing, or it is being done during the cultivation of the soil. Samtang nag-aarado. Top dressing, the plant is already there, and you are putting or broadcasting or spreading by hand the fertilizer without considering the rows of the crops. Side dressing, you are also applying fertilizer through broadcasting or spreading by hand or by spreader, but this time you are considering the rows of the crops. As much as possible, you are putting the fertilizer near the surface, or in the surface near the crop rows, because you are considering already the rows of the crop. Okay, I hope you're following the difference of those. There is what we call placement method. Ano naman ang placement method? Applying fertilizer to the soil from where the crop roots can take them easily. Okay? Where the crop roots can take them easily. Meaning, sa di ng roots, sa dalom, sang duta. Unlike sa may broadcasting kagina, sa babaw lang tiya ang fertilizer. Somehow, sa babaw lang. Diri sa placement, you are putting the fertilizer in the soil. Sa sundod sa dalom. Kay didto yang ugat. Okay? Example of a placement method is plow soil placement. Applied in open furrows at plow soil level while plowing. Okay? If you can notice, somehow plow soil placement is also being done or somehow same with basal application. Okay? Plow soil, samtang nag-plow ikaw or nag-aarado, you are putting the fertilizer into the while plowing. Okay? But take note nga ang plow solya didto gid ginabutang sa dalom sa kung diin ang tip sang plow nagaagi. Okay? For example, ginarado isa ka area, samtang nagarado gataktak didto ya. Miyara dabo sa may punta sa arado, gataktak didto automatic ang fertilizer. Sa basal kaginaya, samtang ginarado, ginaspread siya. Ginaspread. Or pwede man ginaspread danay tapos araduhon. Okay? Spread sa danay tapos araduhon. Diriya, samtang nag-arado, sige taktak ang fertilizer. Okay? Now, sa deep placement naman na ya, fertilizer are placed deeper than the soil plow level. Okay? May mga ano pa ganyan, no? Pang-up method or machine nga nag-apply sa deep placement. Okay? Ang subsoiler or subsoil placement, placing fertilizer deeper than the seedling or planting. Okay? Deeper meaning kung sa kadalumon lang, pinakadalog sa subsoil, middle si deep placement, and plow soil amo nang pinaka-nabaw. Okay? But these are placement method. Meaning, as a placement, you are putting the fertilizer near the roots of the plants. Kay ti ang hambal nila niya, where the crop roots can take them easily. Unlike sa broadcasting, sa mababaw lang to niya, sa placement niya, sa dalong gid, kung sabihin ang roots mismo na locate. Okay? Now, this one is an example. Samtang nag-aarado, nagahulog si fertilizer. Okay? A subsoiler, miyara sa nagada machine for subsoiler na mas dalom na siya compare sa plow. Okay? As you can see in this picture, subsoil is here. Mas dalom. Ang plow level, ano sa babaw ng part. Subsoil is sa dalom. Okay? Nga maganabot ka nila sa subsoil daw. Sa dalom mas nami kung sa dalom din. It is because kung ara sa dalom diri ang fertilizer, malaba pag niya nga ugat. Samtang nagalabang ugat sang tanom, okay, mas resistant na siya sa drought. Kay di sa dalom ang tubig. Hindi dali-dali ma-evaporate. Na kung dalom or laba ang iyang ugat, hindi siya dali-dali mapatay in case nga may ara nga times nga wala may ulan for a certain period of time. Kani dalom ang iyang ugat. Okay? So that's the advantage why some farmers opt to have this kind of applications of fertilizer. Pwede naman ng broadcasting lang apos-apos. But in broadcasting, take note, pwede na dira mabasa sa tubig, malapta sa dayon, hindi na makakaon sa tanong. May initan sa adlaw, may evaporate siya, hindi makakaon sa tanong. Pero kung sa dalom niya, sigurado gid. Okay? Sigurado gid nga puslan sang tanong ang fertilizer na gina-apply. Okay? Now, miyara nga Type of placement. Localized placement. Application of fertilizer in the soil close to the seed or plant. Yan ang contact, placing fertilizer along with the seed. Butang mo ang seed sa isa ka buho kung sa diin ang warma ng fertilizer. Ang band placement, fertilizer is being placed at the side of the plants or seeds sa kilid naman niya. Okay? Sa kilid. Now, sa pocket or spot placement, fertilizer are placed deeper into the pocket or dibble, buho lang mo na siya. And seeds are sown in the same pocket. Balingwa niya, butang buhok, butang ang fertilizer, tabon-tabunan, butang naman ang seed, tapos gamay-gamay nga tabo. That's pocket. The seed and the fertilizer is being put in the same pocket or dibble. Okay? Pellet placement, fertilizer mixed with clay and soil ratio 1 fertilizer into the parts of the soil. Nakuha ang soil, i-mix siya, and then ibalik. That's pellet placement. Kwao ng loose soil sa babaw, tapos i-mix nila ang fertilizer, and then ibalik siya sa duta. That's pellet placement. Okay, so ara siya nga somehow the different paano sila differentiate no? Contact placement, direct contact in terms of proximity because you're placing the fertilizer together with the seeds. Main advantage ay immediate nutrient availability, small seeds or transplants for low salt risk. Okay? Band placement 5 to 8 centimeter away, encourage root growth rate by reduce burn risk. It is because medyo layo-layo sa gawa. Eh kung lapit na siya, dako ang tendency sang natawag nga burn risk masunog because sang ka chemical na present sa fertilizer. Best used for crop rows like maize, wheat, and vegetables. Pocket or spot placement close to the roots because, as what I've said, ginabutang ko na yung fertilizer, tabon-tabunan, and then ibutang ang plant. They are on the same pocket. Now, meaning kung una gibutang fertilizer, the fertilizer will be close to the roots. Okay? Reduce waste, ensure localized fertilization. Fruit trees, vegetable crops ang best nga gamitan sila. Pellet placement close to the roots man because ginamix ang fertilizer sa soil, nalikwa ang loose soil sa babaw, ginamix sa fertilizer, tapos ginabalik sa duta. Long-term nutrient supply, less frequent application, muna niya nga advantage. It is best used for perennial fruit trees. Perennial fruit trees. Now, sa band placement, ang unang band placement ay ginabutang at the side of the plant. Ginabutang, band placement. Sa band placement, meron nga mga klase. Meron hill, row, and ring. Okay? Paano ang hill? Placing fertilizer along with the seeds, but in discontinuous band. Hindi continuous. It is placing the fertilizer near the seeds. Okay? Along with the seeds. Pero discontinuous siya. So, across the row. Discontinuous. Ano ba yung row placement? Localized placement of fertilizer by the side of plants, but this time, continuous band naman niya. The amoning row, this is the fertilizer being put at the side of the plant continuously. Ano siya? Replacement, meaning you are placing the fertilizer, natabunan sa akon nga picture, no? But you are placing the fertilizer, no, around the plant. Pa-circle naman yan. That's ring placement. Okay? Around the plants. Wala lang na yan, ano, no? Wala lang na isla na yung definition, no? Pero, sa ginawa ko lang na edit. Pero ang purpose na niya, ang iyan nga, ano, ang iyan nga definition, you are placing the fertilizer around the plants, encircling, no, encircling the plants. That is ring placement. Okay? I hope you are following or you understand the difference, the different types of band placement. Up, naglagaw. Now, this time, well, those are how you apply solid fertilizer. Now, this time, how to apply liquid fertilizer naman niya. Okay? First, application through irrigation of the water. Gina-dissolve ang fertilizer sa tubig, and then that water will be irrigated to the land. Okay, that's number one. Number two, application through uh, injection method or direct application. Farmers inject the liquid fertilizer into the soil. Na-inject. Okay? For example, in this picture, gina-inject mismo sa duta. Foliar naman niya, amo ning common sa aton diri nga makita. Dissolved in water, filtered and sprayed over crops foliage. Okay? Gina-spray. Year naman na siya, gina-spray. Na-dissolve sa tubig, na-filter siya, and then gina-spray. That's foliar spray. Okay, what are some other farm labors? Land preparation, crop rotations, and weeding. So land preparation, it covers wide range of practice from zero tillage to minimum tillage. Minimum tillage, yun na means na as much as possible, you are not tilling. Okay, if you can remember, we discussed this already when we are discussing topics in or lesson in organic agriculture. Okay, it could be no-till, strip-till, ridge-till, and mulch-till system. Okay, no-till, you're just planting the crops without tilling the land. Strip-till, you are only tilling the row or by strip where you are going to plant your crop. Okay, and some other parts ng land wala mo ginatil or you are only tilling sa row. Ridge-till, you're not tilling the land, but you are uh, uh, removing the loose soil and you make beds or ridges. Okay? By making ridges and beds, you can till that area. Ang imo nga bungyod-bungyod, amo na imo nga till para imo tamnan. No, that's ridge till. Okay? For land preparation is what we call plowing, meaning to till, arado. Harrowing to break the soil clods into smaller mass. Okay? Incorporating plant residue. Okay? After you plow, you harrow. And after you harrow, you level. Okay? That's land preparation. Mulching is one of the minimum tillage. But you do not till the land, but you are just uh, letting the previous crops, leaves, branches, some previous crops to decompose on the top of the soil. Okay, that's mulching. Kaya ginakubiran niya ang babaw, ang mulching, ang inang mga daan ng mga dahon, sanga, na will serve as mulch or cover. And mag-decompose sila, dira katanong. So that's mulching. Minimum tillage na, sir. Okay, I think I already gave you the activity in this one. So so that's all for our discussion in farm inputs and labor. I hope you learned something from our discussion for that topic in farm inputs, and thank you.